And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. They'll start the drive with Elliott, and he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Elliott. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
You got it. Take 4.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Detroit! Hey, 4 down.
They'll try the sweep with Elliott. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. Room here to run. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Partner, what a good football coach is looking for. Complete football players. And guess what? We've got one here because most cornerbacks, they just want to cover people. This guy shows the ability to go ahead and make tackles.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed them for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal.
Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to look deep down the field. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Tight end right. Tight end right.
On second and 10, Lauletta rolling to his right. And that is incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for. And that takes us from second to third down.
One thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. They'll fake the handoff. Now Lauletta. And that's incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
They'll come up second and 6 now from the 24.
Strong right. 4 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And all the way down to the 35. A big run that time by Elliott. 41 yards on the ground. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he'll take this one down near the 15. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Eluding the pressure right, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. The Cowboys on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be third and 6.
Detroit! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
They'll look to throw here. His pass caught at the 4. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now Elliott. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. One man in the backfield, that's Elliott on second and goal. He's going to get it running right, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Bailey got the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10.
4 down, 4 down. Check. Motion.
They go play action here on 1st down. Going for the deep ball. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. They'll run it now out of the gun. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. A final shot before the break for Lauletta. Going deep downfield for Ross. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And now out come the Giants. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Back to throw, Lauletta. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Lauletta going deep downfield for Ross. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
This is third and long. Here's Lauletta. And that will be incomplete as well. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Elliott. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Oh, Zeke with a quick feet and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That good for 19 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Elliott, toss right, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Detroit!
They'll set up to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
possession. Lauletta under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll fake it. Now Lauletta. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense does cover this one, but back inside their own 5-yard line.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
All right, here we go.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
Three down.
They'll look to throw. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
He'll look to throw. And that's incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Here we go. 3:19.
They'll drop to throw. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
Now let's go.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They go to Elliott again. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Here we go now. 3:19. 3:19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the third quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Set. Green 39.
He's going to get it running right. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Here's Elliott. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Giants ready to come out now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They give them a gain of 38.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now a play fake, and it's Lauletta. He'll buy some time right. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
Well, that's a nice job right there. He's looking downfield, but with no one open, he takes off and tries to run for it. He gets to the sidelines and gets out of bounds with a first down.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Down to the 25. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down near the 15. The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
He dumps it off to Barkley. 7 yards on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to...
And he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley from 8 yards out. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown. Now the extra point try forthcoming. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. This one taken from the 7. He's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, Brandon Pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. The Cowboys on third down. Now, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is 3rd and 8.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone.
Now back to throw. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. And the quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a first down. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to run now. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one 28 yards on the ground. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They keep on the ground with Elliott. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming.
No.
This is 3rd and long.
Patriot. Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
He'll drop to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now Lauletta. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Luke Kuechly in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Lauletta now to throw. And this is incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
The Giants on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Lauletta. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. David Irving in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. That's taken it around the 40. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. Getting down to the end here, they have a 2-score lead. Barely, but it's a 2-score lead, so that probably makes you as a coach feel a lot more comfortable right now, doesn't it, Charles?
It does, but it doesn't mean now you go out and run option or some kind of a wild double reverse or anything like that. But you do know that if anything does go haywire, you're still in control of this game.
I want a double reverse, don't you?
I'm just waiting for that day where we actually see something like that in this situation.
We'll see what happens here.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90! 97's the mic. Come on, D.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this divisional round, it all ends so abruptly, doesn't it? A few hours ago, you got all this hope and anticipation of maybe a deep run, and now you're out of it.
Well, let's applaud the team that won, and rightly so. They're moving on. They still have a chance to get to the big game. But